Hi, I'm Pablo, your teacher through the quarantine. The world may be ending, but our lessons aren't going anywhere. For this part of the lesson, I want to introduce you to an original story that I wrote. In this story, you may not be the main character, but you will be the one who decides how it will end. I want you to meet Mr. Now. Mr. Now is a typical man with a typical job. The only quirk he has is that he's trapped. He's trapped in the present. He cannot leave the place he's already at. So we have reviewed how to write in the present tense. We have used the verb to be and the verb to go. In this case, I want you to use your imagination. Dreams can come true, you know. I want you to think of this board as a magical board. So everything we write on it will become a reality for Mr. Now. We have various situations for Mr. Now to be at. In this situation, where is he trapped? It looks like a school. So how do we write that using the present tense? Mr. Now is at school. Let's use another situation. Where is Mr. Now trapped here? Yeah, it's a hospital. So right, Mr. Now is at the hospital. Where is Mr. Now here? Mr. Now is at the principal's office. Maybe he did something wrong. So he's going to detention maybe. How do we write that? Mr. Now is at detention. I know this sounds repetitive, but to repeat this is essential to learn. Now, how do we free Mr. Now from these places? In some cases he's at school, but in other cases he's at detention. Who wants to be in detention? We use the magical word, will. With the word will, we can take Mr. Now from a place and deliver him to another place. So, we use the word will and the word go. Mr. Now is a big movie fan. He wants to go to the cinema every day. How can we make his dream come true? Yes, we use will. So Mr. Now will, and we use the verb go. So Mr. Now will go to the cinema. We can specify a time of the day. For example, Mr. Now will go to the cinema at 8 o'clock. Mr. Now will go to the cinema at night. We can also say tomorrow. Mr. Now will go to the cinema tomorrow. Or Mr. Now will go to the cinema next week. The important thing is to know that we have freed Mr. Now from detention. Mr. Now also loves to be outdoors. So in this picture, how can we take Mr. Now to this amazing park? Yes, we use the same structure. So Mr. Now will go to the park. Mr. Now is also a big old football fan, and he loves to be here. This is the Maracanã. The Maracanã is the biggest football stadium in the world. How can we take Mr. Now to his favorite place? Using the same structure. And as I said, repetition is important for the learning process. So we go again. Mr. Now will go to the stadium or to the Maracanã. It's good to think of the future. It's good to be able to plan ahead, be able to think of places that we will that we want to go and places where we don't want to go. In this case, Mr. Now doesn't want to be at some places. How can we keep Mr. Now from going to these places? Mr. Now doesn't want to go here. So, what do you say? This is what? I will say this is a vampire castle. So Mr. Now doesn't want to go to a vampire castle. I know I don't. So we use the verb will and we add not. This is a structure. Mr. Now will not go. We add the verb. We can also make a contraction. We can combine these words. Mr. Now won't go to the vampire castle. Now, Mr. Now doesn't want to go here. What is this? It looks like a monster den, or a monster's cave. So, we use the same structure. Mr. Now will not go or won't go to monster's den. Now, Mr. Now doesn't want to go to prison. I can't tell of anyone that wants to go to prison. So, Mr. Now will not go to prison. Now, let's see if you have been paying attention. In this situation, let's say that Mr. Now is at the bank. He's maybe trapped in a queue, he's maybe robbing the bank. We don't know. The only thing we know is that he doesn't want to be there. So how can we make Mr. Now escape this bank? Yeah, we use the same structure. Mr. Now, okay, where do you want him to go? Mr. Now wants to go to the zoo. So, Mr. Now will not do, no, will. Remember, we want Mr. Now to go to the zoo. So we write, Mr. Now will go to the zoo. Now, we have already taken Mr. Now to all these marvelous places. We have freed him. We also kept him from prison, from a monster's den, and from a vampire castle. It is your turn to decide where Mr. Now will go now. So, as a practice for this story, I want each of you to write 10 pairs of sentences. You will use one in the present tense. Mr. Now is at some place you desire him to be, and then you will use another sentences with this structure using will or will not. I will prefer that you use the vocabulary we have learned in the past lesson, the vocabulary about urban locations. So I will give you 5 minutes and we will be revising your work.